My hair is always tragic, so I'm just trying to throw it up now because it's a mess. So I wanted to do a video on the newest ColourPop palette, and I feel like my channel is becoming an overhaul of like ColourPop reviews, but they keep releasing palettes and I can't help myself because they're all so pretty and I love the formula of their eyeshadows. So this is the Dream Street one, the Kathleen Lights collaboration. Just putting it out there that I have never seen one of her videos, wasn't really aware of who she is other than she's had collaborations with like, what's the other one she had? BH Cosmetics, I think? I don't know. I never buy stuff from them other than their brushes. But this palette arrived a little bit dirty. Like, I thought one of the shadows was broken because there's shadow like stuck right there, and it's really nothing is broken inside. But I think some of the pans were a little overfilled because they kind of made an imprint on the lid. But I mean, I'm not going to complain about having too much product, so that's no biggie to me. This one doesn't have a mirror on the inside. So far they've only had one with the mirror. I don't know why they did that just for one, but all the names are on the back as usual. The box matches the packaging. That's what that looked like. I don't keep these, I just kept it for like reference so that you can see. These colors are like so... The ColourPop shadows are pigmented to begin with, but for some reason this one is like you barely touch the shadows and you get so much pigmentation. And this is such like... It's an interesting color selection, I think, because it's like colors that you don't usually see together. I don't know, this one really caught my eye. I thought it was a really pretty palette. Absolutely love this color, this one, and this one is really pretty too. They're all really, really nice. So I'm going to show you swatches. They're all super soft. There's no like dry feeling mattes in here. This is like the softest, most buttery eyeshadow. It's ridiculous. So across the top here, we have Shooting Star, Magical, Stardust, and Twinkle. And then Sweet Dreams, Water Bearer, Potion, and Spark, and Kaleidoscope, Elfish, Moony, and Mermaid Boy. So I'm going to swatch these for you now. Stardust and Twinkle, which are these two, they're very similar, so I'm not sure why they chose to put those two together in this palette, and especially right next to each other, but they're both like a copper shade. So Shooting Star is like a matte tan color, light brown. Magical is a matte peach. I've noticed they put a lot of matte peach shades like this in their palettes. Then we have Stardust, which is like a glittery copper, and then Twinkle, which is slightly lighter and it's more a metallic finish copper. So that whole top row is very neutral. Can definitely get a few looks out of using just those four colors together alone. So this first one, which is Sweet Dreams, this is such a pretty color. It's like a champagne-y peach shade that would make a really pretty highlighter. It just reflects the light so nicely. Then we have Water Bearer, which is a matte, really deep teal. Look at how crazy that is. That's just like one little swirl of my finger in the pan. There's still a bunch left on my finger, and it did that. The next one is Potion. This is a matte, kind of like a reddish orange. And then the last one is Spark, and this one is a matte, like a deep coral shade. I wouldn't say red because it definitely has more of a coral feel to it. So there's that row. So like all three of these mattes, they're so soft. I couldn't get over it the first time I swatched them. Alright, so the first one is probably my favorite color in this entire palette. This is called Kaleidoscope, and this is so hard to describe. It's like grayish, but has almost like a greenish, not really green, I don't know, it's like metallic champagne and really light mauvey color, mauve, however you say it. It's so pretty. It just has a lot of dimension to it, and That's gonna be like my new go-to all over lid shade. The second one is Elfish. That is a matte brown. Kind of has a little bit of a reddish brown to it. Then we have Moony, which is like, this is another one that's insanely soft. It's a satin finish, kind of like a peachy cream color, a pink toned cream. So soft, like when you touch it, it's just so buttery. It's such a pretty color. And then the last one is Mermaid Boy, and that's a very appropriate name for this. This is a metallic blackened teal shade, so that is right there. And that is just one little swipe, one little swirl around in the pan. Like, I cannot get over, this is, out of all their palettes so far, and I have most of them, this one is ridiculous with the pigmentation. So it definitely wins for pigmentation, and just the color scheme, I really, really, that's the shower dripping, that's what that noise just was. I really, really like the palette as a whole because the color scheme is just so nice. It's colors that I love to use. Like, I've been super into coral shades like this, so I'm excited that's there, because I had made a ColourPop palette. This was when their shadows first came out. I got a few of them, and this one is like one of my favorites. I don't remember what the name of it is, but it's very close to that shade. It's just a little bit lighter. This one's Making Moves, and like all summer long I was using that in my crease because I wanted a pop of color there. And actually, let's swatch them next to each other. So that's the Making Moves color, and then this, oh lord, then the Spark color. So they are pretty similar. That's Making Moves, that's Spark. I could probably go through all these palettes and find so many dupes. Yeah, look, there's like barely any difference. That one just reminded me of when I saw this one just now. It reminded me that I had that one, and they're like the same exact color. So there's probably so many colors that they've been doubling and using because, like I said, they're what do you call it? The I Think I Love You palette. Was it that one? Yeah, looked very similar to the Double Entendre palette that just came out. So, I mean, at some point I need to stop buying these because they're all gonna, it's just like they keep repeating shades and stuff, but just to have it as like, you want to pull out one palette, get the job done, one look with one palette, this is like, that's probably why I've been buying them all, because I like to just grab one palette in the morning and do my makeup, and be out the door. So this is the Dream Street one, the Kathleen Lights ColourPop palette, and every time I get a new one I'm like, this one's my favorite so far, so I don't want to say that again, but I really, really love the quality of this. And for a $16 eyeshadow palette, I think that's how much it was. I think that's how much they are. Yeah, 16, and the one with the mirror was 18. But it's such awesome quality eyeshadows, especially these, because they're, you saw how insanely pigmented they are. It's just like the like this, one little swipe. It's insanity. It's just one, all the mattes are like boop, boop. They're crazy. Crazy pigmentation. So I'm super excited to play around more with this. I should have worn it today, but I already had my makeup done, so I didn't want to redo my makeup just for the video. But that is my little review on the Dream Street palette. I'm sure they're gonna have another one in like a week because I always get the email and I'm like, did they seriously just release another palette? But that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you in my next video.